This video is presented by Western and Southern Financial Group, a game plan for your financial future. Every great team starts with a strong foundation, and your future should too. With life insurance built like a championship roster, Western and Southern helps protect what matters most so you can focus on winning today while planning for tomorrow. Whether you're just starting out your journey, building your dynasty, or ready to retire like a champion, Western and Southern has the right play for your life stage. Visit westernsouthern.com to get your free life insurance quote today. Western and Southern, built to win. Chargers and the Cowboys. Chargers win this game 34-17. The Chargers, I believe, clinch a playoff spot if the Colts lose on Monday Night Football against the San Francisco 49ers. Top 5 graded players that we had for the Chargers. Safety Derwin James with a 92.0. Wide receiver Quentin Johnson, a 90.5. Halfback Amari Hampton with an 84.9. Wide receiver Keenan Allen, an 84.1. Edge rusher Tuli Pelotu with an 82.2. And then quarterback Justin Herbert with an 88.1. On Dallas' side of things, wide receiver Ryan Flournoy with a 85.1. Wide receiver George Pickens, an 84.7. Defensive tackle Kenny Clark, an 82.2. Offensive guard Tyler Smith, a 74.3. Edge rusher Donovan Ezaraku, a 72.6. And then Dak Prescott, an 83.3. Dalton, stat that told the story?
Boy, after Justin Herbert's had kind of a rocky last month or so before this game, he must have watched the tape of this Dallas secondary and just went, "Oh, all right, guys, I'm coming back this week.
Yeah, vertical passing game.
I'm gonna be back. 10+ yard throws, 8 of 11, 173 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 big-time throws, 92.5 passing grade. If Justin Herbert's getting vertical like this and he's 8 of 11 on these 10+ yard throws, he's going to beat you. That's just how this works. And he had enough time in the pocket. Had to make a few plays outside the pocket as well, as has been the case all year. But, it ended up just being a mismatch. And Dallas, early on, they looked okay, especially offensively. They were finding some success, even though they did have to manufacture. They didn't get a ton of deep shots outside of, I think, the one George Pickens touchdown. But at the end of the day, it felt like, one, that the Cowboys, because the Eagles had won Saturday, it felt like the Cowboys weren't quite as charged up as they usually are for their games. And 2, the secondary just gives them no shot to win. I mean, we're going to talk about this back 7 the entire offseason. Justin Herbert absolutely carved them up downfield. That really was the difference, and the Cowboys could not get stops against this team.
Yeah, Cowboys coverage, it continues to be a major issue for them. I know they dealt with their injuries, but 45.6 coverage grade. Trevon Diggs, who's back in this game, was their highest graded corner and highest graded DB, I think, overall in this game, and just everybody else really struggled. It's been a tough year for Savone Revel, their rookie corner, who was coming off of recovering from an ACL anyways, as if, starting as a rookie corner in the NFL isn't hard enough. So it's been tough for him. And then the safeties, it's been tough for them as well. So the Cowboys cornerback group, I think they've gotten a lot better in the front 7. The linebackers have been a little bit better. At times they've been a lot better, but I would just say a little bit better overall this year. Defensive line obviously was very much improved with the trades that they made, the additions to Quinnen Williams and Kenny Clark, and getting Mozzie Smith out of that lineup. They have been better up front, but the secondary continues to be a major issue for this team, and it's something they're going to have to think about going into the offseason. Quentin Johnson was awesome in this game. 5 targets, 4 catches, 104 receiving yards, 89.6 overall receiving grade. And you're right, Herbert was dealing in this game, and Quentin Johnson was on the receiving end, a lot of those big passes. And so he was a vertical receiver that they wanted to get going, that they needed to get going, and he really showed up for him, which is great. I mean, he even had some tough catches, some spectacular catches. He was a lot of fun to watch. So Quentin Johnson was very good in this game. Anything else here for this one before we move on?
I think this Chargers team finding a little bit of balance. You're starting to see the healthy version again of Amari and Hampton, and I think that's a big factor. Now, the offensive line obviously is an obstacle for both the passing and run game to work around, but Hampton, 16 carries, 85 yards, 7 missed tackles forced, and I think the most important part for him, and I like Kamani Vidal and the work that he's done, but Hampton's got a different burst, right? He's got that burst to get outside. This Chargers team, if there's anything I could tell you they can't run between the tackles. It's just the situation with their offensive line. They're not going to run between the tackles. They're going to get to the edges a lot in their run game. Hampton's got the burst to be able to do that, and this really felt like the first game where we saw he was able to do that. If they can run to the outside and add just some balance to this offense, they're still pretty dangerous, even in spite of their offensive line struggles.
Yeah, for the Cowboys, I just think that the season has put the spotlight on the fact that this roster is still incomplete. They made some moves, obviously at the beginning of the season, moving on from Micah Parsons, but they made some moves at a couple of different times this year. But going into this offseason, it's got to be secondary additions, certainly, and I think just defensive additions overall, secondary additions, linebacker additions, something, because right now it feels like it's an offense that could put up a ton of points against anybody, but they're just too incomplete. They're too one-dimensional. It's basically like, hey, can the offense score 35? And if not, it might be tough to get a win here, and it's really tough to succeed in this league when that's the case. Chargers, sneaky, man. I know I talked when we just opened up this segment, but them being a Colts loss away from the playoffs, despite all the injuries that they've had, and their 2 offensive tackles being out for a year, and how bad their offensive line has been. Like, man, that's
Jim Harbaugh,
impressive year from Jim Harbaugh.
Greg Roman especially, he deserves a lot of credit for still finding ways to create offense despite, I mean, that unit they have up front right now, I mean, it's just not getting it done. They're not really going to dominate anybody, even especially come playoff time. There's going to be some tough matchups up front. But Justin Herbert's resilience, his ability to make plays outside the pocket, especially this year. And then last point, because I was thinking about it with Dallas, I wanted to see a split on the record. When they score at least 31 points, the Cowboys, 5 wins and a tie. 30 or less, they are 1-8.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah.
That's just the story of Dallas.
Got to make stops.
Totally.
Everyone's got takes. Numbers have truth. And the truth is, most people are betting with emotion. Sportsbooks feed on it. TikTok gurus sell it. The hype machine runs on it. That's how you lose. PFF is different. You're betting with winning data. The same data trusted by all 32 NFL teams and the sharpest minds in the game. PFF betting tools take every prop, every matchup, every angle, and run them through our custom models. Built on the best football data in the world. What comes back is your edge. Simple, sharp, and built to win. Want to go deeper? PFF puts a pro-level analytics department in your hands, giving you the same insights teams use to find every advantage. Build your game plan with matchup analysis. Project every snap, every matchup, and every edge before kickoff. Because the smartest plays start long before Sunday. Hit rates show how a player performs against their prop and against defenses built the same way. It's the data that gives you real confidence in every pick. Next, Key Insights translates PFF data into the story behind every matchup, giving you the why that powers your bets. From coverage schemes to defensive looks, it's the context that turns raw numbers into winning decisions. When you're ready to take action, filter through every prop on the market and focus on the opportunities that matter, by game, matchup, or value. Then, shop for the best available line in your area and tap your book of choice to place the bet instantly. Everyone's got takes, but now you've got truth. Bet with data, win with PFF.